Hi, welcome to Watcher DM. I'm Gabriel, and today I'm going to continue my series on the Tome of Adventure Design, revised edition by Matt Finch of Mythmere Games. In this series, I go through the different chapters and sections of each chapter of the book, the Tome of Adventure Design, and I just kind of try to explore some of the tables and use them and interact with them in any way that I can to try and understand the intention of the book and how it can be used to generate interesting content for your table or for an adventure or work in the adventure game kind of genre. Before I dive in, I would like to ask that if you like these types of videos or you want to support a small dungeon tuber, you can hit the like button. That helps. Subscribe if you want to see more of these. Hit the bell icon if you want to be notified. Comment if you have something to say about the video as it goes through. I hope you watch the whole thing. And then otherwise, of course, if you want to get early access to these videos, you can join my Patreon at patreon.com/watcherdm, or you can go pick up any of our adventures or game supplements at watcherdm.com or on DriveThruRPG or Itch. Okay, all that stuff out of the way, let's dive into the Tome of Adventure Design. Now, we are well into the book at this point. And today we're going to be looking at the Planar Adventures or Planar Adventures. I think my partner was saying it's planar, right? Because plane like a surface, and of course, a plane of existence, right? So it is planar is how I'll be pronouncing it. Hopefully, if I can remember throughout this video. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and start by reading the top section here, and then we'll dig into some of these tables. So, notes on planar adventures. Planar adventures are difficult to design, but they can produce some of the most exciting peak moments in a long-running campaign. They often represent the culmination of some sort of effort, and they are in many ways the badge of an experienced adventuring party. However, what makes a planar adventure distinct from other adventures is also what makes it difficult to design. Some of the ground rules of normal reality are changed, which means a lot of pre-planning by the referee to make these changes work well as a part of an adventure. The adventure needs to be A, highly creative in terms of these changes, but also B, still playable. Like the PCs need to be able to engage with it. If the players can't quickly grasp what their character's new capabilities and restrictions are, the whole situation will seem random and contrived, and honestly it can feel a bit unfair. By using these tables, you'll get ideas for consistent but weird physical rules that might apply across the board in a new plane, or at least in the area where the adventure takes place. Having the idea established as a rule will help you build more ideas from it and will allow you to convey more easily to the players what their new capabilities, risks, and limitations are. After you've decided what will be new in the planar environment, a good way to make sure it will be a fun setting is to review some of the basic tenets of the game. If your planar setting takes advantage of these elements, then you are probably on track. 1. It's a game of resource management. What unusual resources do the characters need in this plane dimension, and how are these used up? One possible factor in a good planar adventure is an unusual or possibly bizarre resource that the players must decide when to use and when to conserve. This could range from potions of fire resistance in an elemental plane to air supply in an airless pocket dimension, or something like Zotcha eggs, that you make up as a truly unique resource. We need eggs. Let's protect the eggs. In a game of it's a game of exploration. Beware the tendency to make other planes of existence into a single type of terrain with little variation and few landmarks. Man, I've made this mistake so many times. 3. It's a game of tactics. How you used the planar dimensional setting to create unusual tactical challenges with to create unusual tactical challenges with odd combat spell effects. 4. It's a game of challenging the player's skill. Does your planar adventure only challenge the character sheet using saving throws and damage, or are you also using the setting to create challenges that can be solved by smart thinking? It's a really good way of putting that. All right, things to vary on other planes of existence. D100. So we're going to go ahead and give this a roll here. And try and roll it over on this side. 84. So let's see here. 84 is spell functioning. Results, casting time, effectiveness, or perhaps the change only affects a particular type of spell. So, say planar. And we rolled 84, which is spell. Man, my handwriting is garbage tonight. Okay. Now I think, let's see. Get an idea of consistent but weird physical rules. Okay, so we'll start with that, and then we'll look at the types of planar adventures. So we'll just go ahead and check that out real quick. So, oops. There it is. So the tables here are divided up into different types of other planes of existence. Alternate worlds, realities, supernatural planes, ghosts and wraith-like, dimensional planes, and spirit planes, as in living animal and totem spirits, not the ghosts of the dead people. Hells and demonic regions, chthonic planes, utterly alien and generally sanity-destroying, and dream realms. Love me a dream realm. Alright, let's go with 69. Nice. Oh, geez. Okay, so I see. So each of these is its own kind of thing. So let's do let's see what 69 is on each of these and kind of explore what is available. So 69 in the alternate worlds or realities is magical laws are slightly different from normal. I think that goes well with our constraint of spell functioning modified. In the supernatural planes, 69 gives us presence of an undead type that is not normally found in material planes. And it sends us to some tables in Chapter 2, the monster table. So that's cool. Dimensional planes, 69. Spell effect location. So spell effects manifest other than where intended, unless the caster makes some sort of success check against intelligence, or a saving throw, or to hit roll. Alternatively, there could be a flat chance for spells to go off in the location intended. Interesting. So you're in a plane that has like 8 spatial dimensions or something, and casting a spell causes it to fire off in a strange place. That's interesting. Spirit planes, shape-shifting into a particular totem animal, or, if unlucky, a totem plant. Because being a plant is worse than being an animal, I think, by most animals' opinions. The hell and demonic regions, we've got temperature. So the very factors in hell might be temperatures, whether hot or cold, are so extreme as to be dangerous. That's a little less interesting. In fact, I would say this table here seems probably like one of the shortest, kind of least interesting, which is too bad. I think there's a lot to be done with hell, and we'll get to that. I think we're gonna try and make something for hell in our privatized little hell supplement. So keep an eye out for that, and pick it up. It's gonna have a cool depth crawl with a bunch of interesting hell stuff in it. Chthonic planes, 69. Thoughts of powerful beings are projected and heard by lesser beings. This reminds me a lot of the Projectar Troika creature that Austin made, where it's got a film head and it like projects like a film projector head, and it blows projected kind of insanity into your brain. Dream realms, varied factors in dream realms. 69 is roll on dimensional table, and it looks like a few of these at least are roll on another table, which I'm not gonna lie, feels like a bit of a cop-out, but I get it. It makes some sense. Rivers and lakes in other planes, particularly in chthonic areas or dream realms. Oh, I kind of like this. Let's roll this table. Let's see what we get. Ooh, 31. Liquid aging. See, that's cool. That's what I'm talking about. That's the stuff I like to see. Mountains and other planes. Let's see. 67. Intelligent, able to communicate, and possibly hostile or friendly. Ooh, dude. Okay. We're coming back here. We got our 69. I think my favorite one out of these is probably the spell effect location. So we're going to keep that. Spell effect location means we're in a dimensional plane. And I like the what is it? It was a 30. What was it? 34? I don't remember what I rolled. We're putting down 34. Liquid aging lakes and rivers. I love that. And then for mountains, I think I rolled pretty sure I rolled a 61. Yes. 61. Mountains are intelligent. Able to communicate. And I'm just going to say hostile to life. I actually kind of love the idea that like a dungeon is just the internal organs of an evil mountain. That sounds freaking cool. Okay, and then planar gateways. In addition to this table, tables 256 and 257 can be used for generating ideas for planar travel, and table 335 offers a variety of options for other ways teleportation might work. We're just going to check this out and see what we get here. So 73. The physical form of the gateway is remaining at a particular place for a certain length of time. In this sort of circumstance, the characters might even feel themselves slowly changing their plane of reality. So we rolled a 73. Remaining in place is the gateway. And 38 is the other aspect of the gateway. It should be over here. The manner in which the gateway is used actually creates the other plane rather than simply reaching it. Oh, interesting. So 38 is gateway. Gateway creates dimension. Interesting. So like by standing in place, by standing still, maybe you're creating a physical dimension of time. That's pretty wild. And then it goes right into underwater adventures, which I think is going to be our next video. So yeah, so I don't know, what did we get here? We got a dimensional plane and a planar adventure where spell functioning is modified and the spell effect locations are changed. I really like the idea that like how fast you're moving, like if you're moving, like moving causes time to operate differently. Almost like Braid. In fact, I think my touchstone for this would be Braid. It's an indie game from the early aughts. Really, really good game. But yeah, cool exploration. I think it's a little bit weird. I think it said that up front, like it was saying this is challenging. I think you'd have to probably work over this a bit to kind of come up with some cool stuff. But I do like the idea of like mountains, intelligent, communicating, hostile mountains with pristine liquid lakes of aging and rivers of flowing time kind of cascading down from them, and a gateway created by standing still is a really interesting kind of concept. So, yeah, I think this will get some interesting stuff in it. Next time we'll check out the underwater adventures section. I hope you will come and join me for that. Again, like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon. If you sign up on Patreon, you'll get these videos a week early. And I'll probably bug you to hang out or something. I don't know if you want to. Oh yeah, thanks for joining me. And yeah, thanks for playing. See you in the next one.